Last night, she told me what I was going on.
You give me the go. We are. Thank you. At this time, if you would please find a seat, we will begin the program. Thank you.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the groundbreaking for Richland Middle School. We are so thankful for our Birdville ISD community that continues to support our schools. It's impossible without the bond support for us to take care of all our facility needs and other needs throughout the district with the other funds we get from the state and locally. So we need these bond dollars, we need the community support, and we are forever grateful for the support that you give us. We also want to say thank you to our educators and to our students for just doing as well as you do. These facilities are getting older, but it just amazes me how you continue to soar, you can continue to do great things with these schools. But we know with this new building that we're going to be able to do a much better job of preparing you, our students, for your future. So we're really excited about that. A lot of folks I need to introduce and thank, more people than I can, but I want to start with our Board of Trustees. If you would, please hold your applause until I've completed my introduction for each group. But let me introduce on the stage our Board President, Ralph Kunkel, and out in the audience, Vice President Jack McCarty, Secretary Joe Tolbert, Trustees Richard Davis, Kelvin Dilks, Whitney Harding, and Chris Drees. Would you please welcome them? And we always like to acknowledge any representatives we may have from our national, state, and county offices, and I want to recognize Senator Kelly Hancock, represented by Susan Young. Certainly our city officials, Richland Hill with Mayor Edward Lopez and members of the council, city manager, city staff, and if there are other mayors or city staff from other cities, please stand and be welcomed at this time as well. Thank you, and I do see others here, and we do appreciate those from other cities attending as well. If you're a member of the superintendent's cabinet, other central office staff, principals, and other district staff, would you please stand? And Principal Jody Fadley of Richland Middle School, as well as any staff members from Richland Middle, would you please stand and be recognized? And former principals, Richland Middle School's first principal was Ward Anderson, and I believe that we've been told that there are members of his family with us today. Will his family and any other former Richland Middle School principals or family that are with us today, would you please stand? Thank you. So good to have you back. Our architects, with PBK Architects, Irene Negaglione, David Hennebree, Fadi Elchami, and Daisy Carrasco. Would you please stand to be recognized? And in partner, members of the Adolphus Peterson construction team, would you please stand and be recognized? And lastly, if you served on the 2018 Bond Planning Committee, or if you were a member of the Birdville Backers, would you please stand so we can show our appreciation to you? Well, all of these individuals, many more, had a large part in where we stand today, and what an exciting day. So at this time, I'm going to ask Principal Ms. Fadley, would you please come and introduce our special introduction?
Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to introduce two outstanding leaders from Richland Middle School. First, we have Sophia Garcia, Richland Middle School's National Junior Honor Society President, who will lead us in the pledge to the United States flag. Then, following Sophia will be Claudia Esparza, Richland Middle School's National Junior Honor Society Vice President, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the Texas flag. Please stand, ladies.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
It's you. There you go.
And please welcome to the microphone our Birdville ISD Trustee President, Mr. Ralph Kunkel.
Many of us have seen a bunch of shovels right outside the entrance there. They're gold-plated shovels. A long time ago, someone invented the shovel, very useful tool. In fact, today, it's quite the groundbreaking invention. Most of us school board members kind of got a word that your color is purple. So many of us are wearing purple. We like the color purple. We're joining you in our purple. There are some teachers and coaches here at this campus. I can think of three in particular that I knew when they were 7th and 8th graders. Timothy Bryant, Drew Simmons, Christian Cater. Knowing those three guys when they were 7th and 8th graders, and knowing that they're here on this campus doing good things, teaching, coaching, it proves that God can perform miracles. The stories that we could tell. Here at Richland Middle School, we know that we have amazing students, very supportive community and parents, a quite talented staff and administrators. And with this new campus now on the horizon, dirt going to be moving very, very soon, that we're experiencing the groundbreaking today, we know that we're very soon going to have the total package here at Richland Middle School for the students, the staff, the community, and a brand new campus building. We look forward to that day and a great day of groundbreaking this morning. Thank you.
And now please welcome the Mayor of Richland Hills, Mr. Edward Lopez.
Good morning, and on behalf of Richland Hills City Council, it is my honor to be here with you today as we celebrate the beginning of a new and improved Richland Middle School. The relationship between school and community is an important one. Together, we provide services, programs, and educational opportunities that help shape the lives of young people and all of our residents. People choose to call Richland Hills home because of its small town feel and its place in the heart of the Metroplex. They also move here because of the strong reputation of the school district. Birdville ISD is known for its academic, athletic, and extracurricular achievements. Birdville students are offered a diverse curriculum where they can discover who they want to be. The improved Richland Middle School will only add to the high level of instruction and collaboration of our students already receive. We look forward to seeing this new school take shape and the many positive impacts it will have on our community. Thank you.
So now I would like to take the time to introduce my wonderful choir director and band directors. First, we're going to talk about Mr. Jeff Smith. He is our choir director. At this time, we can move the choir towards the risers. I should know that word. I was in choir forever. And then the next one is our band directors. We have Miss Katie Binkley and we have Mr. Carl Kraus. If they could please all kind of give a wave out, that would be great. So this is how talented they really are. When we got here, we found a school song, and we understand there's somebody in here who could sing the original one, which is fantastic. But we thought with the new building comes a new school song. And all three of these people wrote the musical arrangements, the words, and they're going to have harmony down the line sometime soon. So they've done an outstanding job, and I know all of us are looking forward to hearing our new school song for Richland Middle School. So very impressive. Thank you so much for the time that everyone took to learn that song, to write the song, to get everything done that we needed for that. I know that our new school will be honored with that song, so outstanding job. Let's give them another round of applause as they leave. And then it is my pleasure to meet the 6th grade student who is going to be the face of Richland Middle School, the new one. And we look forward to hearing what he has to say as far as future dreams and expectations for Richland Middle School. In order to get picked for this, I had the teachers give me names of students who they felt like would do a great job in front of an audience. And Randolph was the winner, so at this point I would like to introduce Randolph Rogers.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Randolph Rogers, and I am in the 6th grade. I attended ACFT Elementary School, and my principal was Dr. Lindsay. But now I am going to start talking about RMS, where I am a straight A student. At RMS, my favorite teacher are all the teachers because they make sure you're making good grades in their classes. Of all the subjects, science will always be my favorite. I love the subject so much because when I grow up, I want to be a space engineer. If science doesn't work out, pre-athletics could train me to become a football player. This elective appeals to me because it is all about getting better and pushing yourself to your physical limits. I also enjoy the important skill of bonding with other people, which makes us a great team. RMS is a school of leadership. The Trailblazers are my community. One of my favorite activities involves the cool ways that we learn each other's names and team building events. We are always working together to solve and play games. In the new school, bigger classrooms for the teachers will give them more room to teach. I want the portable people to come inside also. That's my dream. I look forward to hearing your ideas for the new school. Thank you.
Thank you for that enthusiastic support. He did a great job. 1955 was quite a year for our nation and for the world. First off, Disneyland opened its doors in California with Walt Disney there to lead the ceremonies. Members in this audience who are all about just the facts would be happy to know that the first Guinness Book of World Records was published in that year. And then Elvis Presley songs were topping all the charts. That's not a surprise. Plus the fact that we had Legos and Velcro developed in 1955. But the biggest occasion that happened in 1955 was the schools of Richland Junior High School. The doors opened and the public came in. Welcome to our school. My name is Jody Fadley and I am the current principal of RMS. Thank you to the superintendent, Dr. Darrell Brown, and his cabinet, all Birdville BISD board members, RMS faculty, staff, honored guests, parents, and students for attending the groundbreaking ceremony. The reality of our new building could not exist without everyone pulling together and supporting the bond of the 2018. The amount of history and people who have walked through Richland Middle School doors have left quite a legacy. The original building was led by a man named Ward Anderson. During his many years in Birdville ISD, Mr. Anderson served as a high school coach, principal of Richland Junior High School, and the director of building and grounds. There are generations of families who have happily passed through these doors with their own stories to tell. Our current BISD board member, Richard Davis, and BISD's board president, Ralph Kunkel's wife, Sharon, both attended Richland Junior High School. Many alumni keep in touch through the Facebook page entitled Remember the Greater Richland Hills Area When. Best of all, there are businesses and community members who have given back to our school. One notable example of this generosity is Stephen Byers and Byers Barricade. He not only paid for all of our kids to have transportation in the 8th grade to the NASA field trip, but this year when we had the crazy idea of having a tailgate to say goodbye to the football field, he provided all the barricades we needed so that we could pull that event off. On top of that, we have other members who have helped us through the community. They have helped us sponsor nights like Salsa y Salsa, which is for the Hispanic heritage, and we've also had them come and present during career days. So, since several faculty members have family who attended Richland Middle School, instead of giving you a long list of our accolades of how many sports we've won and how many grades we've done and all the wonderful things we've done, I thought funny stories would be a better thing, which is what we're going to do. So I asked people to share their stories, and I picked 4 of them. We will start with the possum and the coach. And yes, Coach Gifford is right there. Go ahead and give another round. There we go. Thank you. Early one morning in January of 2019, Coach Gifford was walking down the main hallway, and he thought it was odd that all the lights were already on because he hadn't gotten to that point yet. But then all of a sudden, Coach realized a large possum had triggered the system. On the video, you can see the possum charge Coach Gifford as he strategically used a clipboard to fend off the attack. This lasted about 30 minutes, okay? And so Coach Gifford, after he tried to redirect it, got Miss Sylvia in to help with him, and they finally were able to get the possum to leave the building. If you want to see this, it's actually on YouTube, and the background music is, of course, Benny Hill. So, our next story runs near and dear to Mrs. Johnson's, our assistant principal's, heart. Both of her parents attended Richland Middle School. They met in 7th grade when Tommy Robinson, her father, decided it would be a good idea to pour salt on Linda Fuller's hair during lunch, her mother. Such a typical middle school move to get the attention of your future spouse. We also had an event that happened with the 2016-2017 faculty and staff. They made a YouTube video that went viral, and they also made the news. Instead of just greeting kids the normal way you would greet kids when they come to school, they were outside, they were dancing, they were cheering, they were enthusiastic, having an awesome time, and it was spectacular. It had 24,000 hits, and it was a great scene. That is also a YouTube video if you'd like to see that. Finally, Christian Cater shared a story from Scott Dollar, his uncle. Apparently, there was a science teacher, Mr. Cohen, who was also the local gymnastics coach. During class one day, without saying a word, he decided to walk to the window. He opened it as far as it would go, stood on the windowsill, then did a perfect swan dive past the bushes onto the grass. Right before he hit the ground, Coach Cohen tucked his head, did a combat roll, and sprung to his feet with his hands in the air as if to say, ta-da! Scott Dollar was so impressed that he gave Coach Cohen a 10 for his performance, since he had never seen anything like that in his life. As we start the process of closing the doors on this building, I look forward to the student successes and wonderful moments we will create in our new facility. We are.
Well, thank you, Ms. Fadley. I want to take this opportunity to once again say thank you to the BISD community for supporting the 2018 bond, which included building this new campus to be. In addition, thank you to the Bond Planning Committee, the Birdville backers, and the staff and parents at Richland Middle School. It's because of each of you that we celebrate today's groundbreaking. If the school board, Ms. Fadley, Mayor Lopez, City Manager Strong, and Irene DeGaglione and the PBK staff, as well as the Dawson-Peterson construction team, if they'll join me out front, it's time to turn some dirt. Following the first picture, we'll have organizations there, representatives from our state and national offices. Following those pictures, Mark Thomas, Brenda Ryan, and Kim Tweed will coordinate groups to follow. I hope you will stay and join for some refreshments provided by PBK Architects in the library. And at this time, it's time to ask our guests to all move outside to turn some dirt.
You're in classrooms into the main gym area. Thank you for letting me mention your wife.